Ooh, I could bring one of the boxes from the new shoes for Freya. Since she's
True.
so enamored of shoes anyway.
She's not a big box fan,
But it smells like shoe.
except for the fact that I bought a new pair of shoes last week and left the box out for her to play with. I came back and she was curled up next to the box.
Oh, I wasn't referring to a
She
small
snuggles with
box.
boxes.
I was, referring
talking
to
about it was a shoe box.
No, this is the big box that the multiple boxes of new shoes come in.
Oh, okay, that might work.
So it's a much larger box that smells like shoes.
She might actually enjoy it.
We're doing resets in the shoes.
It's a box of shoe boxes.
Several of them are.
I like shoes. One can never have too many shoes.
Lies. You start tripping over them.
Only if you don't put them away.
I put all my shoes away yesterday.
She trips over her own feet.
I know, I say I trip over everything without shoes on, so...
She trips over her
That's
own
not
feet,
being
so
an aisle.
she definitely doesn't need more shoes to
kitty.
trip over.
Yeah.
She doesn't tend to agree with me, though.
But I got those for my daughter. Because she likes Peppa and My Little Pony.
They're cute.
They're $2 a piece of rubber. And they have the clippy things.
Mm-hmm.
So she can clip them on her backpack.
Mine has, like...
And by the way, I
things
already figured out a
in
way
her
around
backpack.
each one of your comments on how to corrupt the ability.
Hey, I liked my, with the healing, you inflict then your wounds on a random person.
Okay. I'm okay with this.
Okay, so where are we?
We are at my house.
Sitting around the table.
Yeah.
I mean, in game.
You didn't specify it before.
Test me, right?
Technically, we are still at the Bastion of Boring.
Now, at this point, I want to say we have moved on from there.
Okay, we have left the Bastion of Boring.
Which means we don't get to torment the Archmage anymore.
Oh, you mean Monster Mundane?
Yes. Yes.
We could drag him along.
Something
No.
tells me Mizamir is not going to want to tag along.
I didn't say he'd have to go willingly.
He never said that he would
I
want
said
to
drag
come
him.
along.
He did say drag him. And we have a dragon, so we could drag him.
See, there are two words that will put a stop to, all the thoughts on that. Time stop.
Only if I let
I
him
figured
talk.
hold person, but that could get really cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, whole person. I've got Mage Hand.
And the problem is, you cast shadows, and so Madeira is just going to be like, ow! So,
We'd have way too much fun dragging that guy.
Yes.
with us.
party ventures forth. And the easiest route, quite frankly, at this point, is to just keep heading west, which means you go right through the People's Freehold of New Caligan. They have some very, very weird ideas here. The whole ruled by the people, councils get together, they vote on things. It's kind of viewed as a joke by the other countries.
Oh, I'm happy with it. Because it seems chaotic.
How literally do you mean going through the people?
Sometimes, yes.
Depends if there's combat or not. No, for the most part, though, they're really rather, welcoming, well-meaning people. There's a shit ton of halflings. This was their land before one of them had the bright idea of, instead of kings and everything else, why don't we have rule by the people for the people?
And I am a giant amongst midgets. How tall is the halfling?
About,
3.5, 4 feet, I think.
yeah, about that.
Yeah, we all are giants compared to them.
Except for dwarf.
Except for her, who's only somewhat taller.
We'll try not to step on them. Maybe.
And speaking of which, as you're passing through one of the numerous small towns, there's an orc that looks awfully familiar.
Hey, I think we know that guy.
Do we?
I think so.
Have I stabbed him before?
No.
Oh, halflings around. This might sound terribly racist, but don't they have wonderful booze? I'm going to go find it out.
From what I understand.
It's only half proof.
That's fine. I'm only half drow.
So, as you're basically just walking down a street, honestly, I figured you might just come by for food.
Bonk. Duck.
And you hear snatches of this conversation, including the, "It's okay, I'm only half drow." And then you recognize that jaunt. You recognize that desperate need to find booze.
And flamboyancy.
That feather in his hat.
It's a very nice feather.
Does he call it macaroni?
No, but wasn't it one of
I think it
Bagheera's?
was.
Yep.
I think it was one of the feathers I shed.
That's why Frank only has 4.
One of them is in Janet's hat.
One of Janek's hats.
Yes. He wears many hats, you know.
But
He's a
not
man
all
of
at
many
the same-
hats.
Not all at the same time.
No.
Because that'd just be weird. Even for Janet.
Hat of all trades.
And he's screwed enough already to be perfectly blunt.
So when you think you recognize that, and you definitely know this is that old party you did a few adventures with, when
Frank, please don't eat any of the natives.
a combination of that
Don't think
and a
quite a danger. He is a llama. You, however, Marv.
Marv!
it just
Don't
looks
eat the
at you.
Don't eat the small people. You can hunt when we get back into town. Don't eat the small people. They don't like it.
And it just
Ow.
falls up.
Oh,
In between that and the blue skinned druid being followed by.
He wasn't blue the last time I saw him.
He's blue now.
But you recognize
He
the
looks
face
the same,
otherwise.
just blue.
And at least his eyebrows have grown back.
Yes.
And his beard.
But you recognize the bear.
He did only have half a beard at one point.
He also
Oh, yeah,
apparently
he's
has a
missing an
snake,
eyebrow
a
and
bird,
beard.
and what looks like some breed of dog walking on 9 tentacles.
He has a wolf too, doesn't he? Or is that the other game?
Other game.
No, he does have a wolf.
I say I've
You
lost
know.
track of how many pets
A
the
grizzled
druid
wolf.
has.
Ah, yes. So many pets.
But he can't get any more, so
Yeah.
we're alright.
And then there's a
Occasionally we
dwarf
talk
arguing
about
with
it after he
some,
has another
arguing
one.
with the shadows, and
Badira, I know you took that granola. Give it back! Badira!
No response.
you get you get a piece of granola flung at you from behind.
I pick up a rock and throw it back in that general direction.
The rock misses.
And finally,
I hate
Well-
you, Badira.
I recognize the tiefling.
Probably.
if your helmet's off, yeah.
She wouldn't have her helmet on right now.
So yeah, you got nice new armor. So it's basically stopping in because well, it's a long trip. So who wants to ride for days and days and days, especially when there's booze somewhere?
A pigeon's feathers are heavier than its bones. That's the Snapple fact in this bottle.
And a pigeon's feathers are heavier than its brain.
Yeah. Then again, seagulls are heavier than their brains.
Seagulls are evil, evil birds.
Mine.
Mine.
So I guess I will walk up to.
We're in a halfling area.
Demea.
At least the bar is about my height.
What's your name?
Tanea.
Demea?
Yes.
So what the hell is your name? It's been a while.
Brass.
All right. And just for the update,
Jazz!
Janet, Mirren, Badira, and the druid walking by is Marcus.
Probably
Since
having
this is
an
an area
argument
with a lot of halflings, does that mean the bar is about my height? You know, finally, I don't have to sit on a
It
stool
might
with my
actually
feet
be a
dangling.
little low for you.
Yeah, actually. Now you know what Janet's feels like 3/4 of the time. So, a little low.
Yeah, my,
But my feet don't have to dangle this time.
You don't feel like you're back in school?
No. I sit on the stools in the auto lab, though, and my feet dangle.
On the plus side, you are also in a town with people that are renowned for making actually decent trail food. As in, you'd rather not eat the bucket.
We can make her more granola.
I would say after I drink, I'm going granola ingredient shopping.
Heck, we can get pemmican here. The equivalent they're in.
Some oats and some carob and some raisins. And
I see that some things have changed, and some things haven't.
No, some things haven't.
The dwarf found an affinity for granola.
Yes.
The shadow pelts another piece of granola at the dwarf.
God damn it, Fedira! I'm gonna stop sharing a granola with you if you keep throwing it.
I don't think you shared it in the first place.
Fedira, if I ever see you, I'm gonna slit your damn throat.
Wouldn't
Or
you
at
have-
least tie your shoelaces together while you're sleeping.
Wouldn't you? You know, Badira has to sleep less than you do. The chances of you being awake to tie her shoelaces together are very, very
That's not
small.
the point of it! I'm gonna tie his damn shoelaces together!
Or-
Keep stealing my goddamn granola!
Figuring out which shadow she's sleeping in that night.
I'm gonna start throwing random glitter at places that sparkle in the shadows.
It's a sparkly night!
And you'll never be able to hide well again because you'll never be able to get the damn glitter off.
It is craft herpes.
You'll never be able to get rid of it.
Honestly,
Pint, please.
So while I have a question, while they're talking about this, she's visible, right?
no.
No, you hear the voice.
She never comes out long enough to be visible.
Very,
No,
She
almost
very
never.
rarely.
What can you get on a hide check without rolling?
Before I roll, it's 11.
And
I
he can actually, without assistance, he has the
And what's
potential of 31.
what do I roll for notice?
It's perception, which is passive wisdom.
Yep.
Unless you have the perception skills,
I do have it.
you have it trained, then it is your wisdom bonus plus your proficiency bonus.
So I can roll.
If you wanted to.
If
I
you
have
want
a
it.
7 perception before rolling.
I'll try.
My question is, are you
No.
passively hiding or actively hiding?
If I see you
It's
looking
yours?
around,
I'm just kind of like.
I'll probably actively hide.
Yeah, because you're picking on.
Yeah, you're
Actually, yeah, I've been picking on her,
he's
so
been,
I'm actively
he's been
hiding.
fucking with me, so. Spike your food, Badira.
Alcohol? What?
Not that way.
Caltrops!
Well, we do pass without trace. He's got a 21 before rolling, so I'm just not bothering right now.
Well, it's a slot.
I have that as
It's a little
spell, either that or it's a domain. It's one of my domains.
19.
He'd have to roll an 8 or below for you to notice
Right.
it.
I rolled an 11.
So you try, but
It's a talkative shadow.
it sounds like there's several talkative shadows.
I don't see you. I had rolled 19 to be able to see you. I 22.
And over off at a distance, Marcus is arguing with the grizzly, who is gesturing over one of the little ponies. Basically, the argument
Haggling
sums
for a
up.
price.
Let's. Oh, price, yes. But Marcus is trying to explain to the bear that we don't eat the halfling's pony. They're not in the wild. If you catch them out in the field, have fun.
But if you let them go so that they wander off into the field,
That's still not the same. If it is legitimate, fenced in field, then that still is bad.
He still has a few standards as a druid. Meanwhile, this is really rather good beer. It's quite heavy, though.
Good.
It'll stick with him for a while.
No, it won't.
No, it won't. It's Janik. No, it won't.
Professional lush. No.
You might wish it would, but no.
Yeah.
Well, you still got all that stuff that we probably left with from the wizards.
at this point, does Janik have a little bit of a poison immunity?
He probably does have resistance to alcohol. Which is, a downside.
Yep.
It's like being an exalted at this point.
So we're heading to Casimir. If you'd like to join us.
Sure. Heading that way too.
And you'll just have to tolerate being bad.
Or join it.
Yeah. Don't mind the druid. He's
I think he's the oddest one of all of us.
I-
Mostly because he's
since-
blue.
Since I was last to you, you guys would notice that my character is bulkier.
Somehow he's gotten even broader.
She's wearing shoulder pads.
No, my character is bare chested.
No.
It's still shoulder pads.
You're just flesh colored.
No, he's bare chested. He's got a small bear teeth.
Possibly.
And 6 teeth.
No,
Are all 6 of them tingling?
but my character has gotten stronger.
But only one party did.
Exactly.
He only has to calm one of them. Marcus, though, legitimately, at this point now, barring a
Divine intervention.
divine intervention, such as an actual miracle, he is permanently blue.
He's quite happy about this.
Yes, he wouldn't
It's
let
a
me.
paler blue than it used to be, but he is
Yeah.
still blue.
He wouldn't let me
Do
fix
you
it
line
before,
up
and
all
now
of your
I can't.
goldfish and alternate them back and forth?
I don't know what I do with my gummies.
Yeah. No, you only
When-
sort those
when
by
you
color.
when you unstealth.
If.
You got a shadow on it.
Oh, he's got to unstealth at some point.
No, she really doesn't.
She really generally doesn't. She is almost always hiding.
It's
Except when she like totally
Badira.
crit fails. And
It's
then-
semi-passive at this point, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me, I'm actually working in why this actually happened.
The
So,
crit
How
fails
is
are
that
funny, though.
possible?
and this is when you hear another voice, a little lower, more gravelly, just from a shadow behind you. She is just that good.
Hi, Dad.
Or bad.
Hi, baby.
Hi,
And
Demaya, Dad.
Thanks. Back down.
Well, no, this was me out of character asking how is that possible?
Basic.
She's just that good.
Quite frankly, she just honestly, it's always been
A habit,
for like
an
3
habitual
games
thing.
in a row. He just constantly rolled hide and stealth, well, no matter where the hell we were. So it's just become the running joke that Madeira doesn't like to actually be seen. So unless we're talking,
She's kind of like the bug bladder beast at this point.
Yeah.
unless it is open field, in which case she usually rides in Frank's fur.
He doesn't have any right now.
But Frank has been shorn.
So
Yeah.
this is a problem.
Yes.
Doesn't
There's
mean I
always
can't
cuddles.
hide in his shadow.
There's always cuddles.
True. Which generally, if we were to actually legitimately have that roll for it, you'd be at a disadvantage in those rare situations. But typically, Madeira always tries to find the best place to hide.
Badira could hide behind Marv.
It's her natural state of being.
Yeah.
She's ugly. She doesn't want to be seen. It's that elf
Eventually, yeah, she may roll low enough for people to see, but generally, it's always someplace to hide, especially in a town. And there's a few other reasons that will be expanded upon later.
I was just kidding.
I'm sorry.
So I have this tendency of taking running jokes and actually working them in.
I'll make it up to you later.
All right.
I laughed because he caught me right here this morning. So
Apparently, I elbowed
That's a good
the
one,
other day.
too.
You elbowed me in the ribs last night too. You rolled over and you started, snuggle, and you just elbowed into the ribs. My ribs. Well, now that I'm done abusing my husband.
The hell?
Actually, kind of yes.
no, that's what happened to the Archmage by the time we were done.
Poor guy. All right. So,
Merlin's brother.
Merlot.
I thought his Merlin's brother was Merlot. Merlin? Merlot.
Merlot.
oh, party drinks, rests a bit, get some more food.
Drinks
There
more.
is the, scream of a barmaid, and Ligaton
I didn't do
is
it!
crawling.
No, that's Janek's fault.
Janet?
No,
What?
no, it was the
No means no.
She didn't say no until after I goosed already, and that was too late.
That was an eep.
Oh.
The scream was Ligaton, being, as you see, this
Ligaton.
tiny little lizard thrown out a door.
So it's a
That was
wild
not me.
There, never. Where's the warm place? And just scurries all somewhere else.
He needs to go find
Milona?
yeah.
She's managed to find the one place in this town where fights happen on a semi-regular basis. He is not going there. He is squishy. He is not squishy, but he's normal squishy.
I just look at the
Where is
Don't
Squishy?
even think about it.
He's been following around Marcus.
It's not up to
I will
us,
go
though.
where there are fights.
So, basically at the north end of town, where it's gotten a little more ramshackle. It's a little bit more scrub grass as opposed to the better fields New Caligan has. And someone dug a pit about 7 feet down, put in some simple stone stairs, and there's this drow woman, short hair, about maybe 5'7".
She doesn't hide as much.
No.
No, slugging out with some scarred bruiser of a human, and he drops after one final hit. She's already got one eye swollen shut, and judging by the freshness of the wound, she tore off an ear.
Mike Tyson!
She didn't bite it off.
No, just tore it off. And she
Now
gets
she
up.
her rocks off.
The crowd is maybe about 40, 45 people here. Cheer goes up, groans from a few others, coin passing hands. She walks up, looks at this one halfling who is the epitome of medieval sleazy. Right? You know, he's got that.
I'll walk
leather
down the
fit.
stairs into the pit.
Yeah, bigger than most, even for an orc.
My character is 6'4".
Orc the orc.
Work is from Orc.
Oh, so Mork the York from Orc?
Better than Mork the
Doesn't
Yorkie.
sound right.
So, down here just to say hi, or are you actually going to play?
My character
That-
shrugs,
Orc.
flexes his chest
Orc.
muscles.
Orc.
Let's play.
Bets go out. There's like 3 or 4 different languages being thrown around. She heads back over to the one end of the ring. Dented bell gets rung. We're talking dented as in it rings like ting. Doesn't fully vibrate.
Now,
The rest of us are all drinking and having fun.
They're having fun too, just in their own way. And we're just gonna play. We're just gonna play it out. No point in dice rolls. She hits harder than you would think anyone built as lightly as she is would hit. And you can see you get enough close views between trying to grapple her, basically doing a flying kick over your head at one point, which was impressive given the height. Is whatever she's built out of, it is muscle solidly built as you. There's just nowhere near enough room to pack on what you have. But eventually, you're just at that edge where normally you would just unleash the beast and let the rage out, but she falls. You don't know how long she's been there, but she's obviously had enough. Irritates the shit out of her. She's swearing in some language you don't know, i.e. don't know the drow language.
nope.
Call it.
There
There goes my drink. Some of my drinking gold.
How much gold did I end up with for all that?
After he takes his cut, you got 70 gold.
Okay, I'll give her the 70 gold. Let her come on, let's drink.
They don't like you already. I think the rest of the group might like you too. She showed up after you left, so
Yeah.
she ain't got a clue.
She has no idea. You already know the rest of us.
So what do they call you?
Brass.
Malona.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet your fist. Not much on style, but when you connect, ow. Fortunately, the druid's not around. He never let me live it down.
The blue one?
Yes, he is in
The
fact
fluid.
blue.
I know the group.
He's a member of AT&T. Reach out and punch someone.
I like that. A, B, and B. Reach out and punch someone. So you know the insanity.
Yeah, I was there when the insanity started.
Oh, I gotta hear this. And head off. Buy something a bit stronger than halfling beer. Well, good. You're winded and a little bloodied, and she's been beaten to a pulp for... Well, that was her 5th fight.
So the fact that she still had that much in her.
But there was no way she was going to win against that.
No. Especially after 4 previous rounds.
How many did you win tonight, Malona?
4 until Slab Beef Stick over here showed up.
You broke her streak. She's trying to get to 7 in a row.
I'll be back at some point.
Wait, she was streaking?
No, that
So
would
that's what
be
gets you interested in Badira.
no, that would be
I could be
him.
streaking now.
As the druid runs
You
by,
never know.
holding his yellow banana hammock and wearing nothing else. You see him streak past the window.
After he started talking more to the dead, I thought he'd be a bit more, somber, but no.
No.
And I had always thought that blue ball would be a little bit more painful.
And he's one that hasn't turned green and dropped off yet.
He's been in SA for a while. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it really is.
He wouldn't let anyone do anything about it.
He likes it that way.
Who am I to judge? I'm gray.
Who's
Do
anyone
you
to
stand
judge?
between the candle and the star?
No, I'm just gray.
Now, if he's standing between a candle, it's because the candle's between him and booze.
Pretty much.
He's holding the candle out in front of him to get to the booze.
Because he needs.
Or using the candle to test the proof of the booze. It's good.
And then there's the ultimate test. Hold up a mirror to it. Is it tarnished? Oh,
good
we got
enough.
something good. It's a good start.
Does it reflect?
No, the one drink he got from the Wizards does reflect. It's almost like drinking water. It looks like watered down mercury.
Uh-huh.
But it hits like, on the other hand, well,
It's like watered down mercury.
yeah.
Good. Ow!
I was gonna say maybe a
But then there was
pan-selected
the
Herbal
ebony drink,
Blaster.
too.
Close.
That one I stole before they gave it to me.
That's true.
That is the one Badira drank, though.
Yeah. The one rendered unconscious and fell out of shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of pushed her back in.
Damn it, I missed my opportunity to mess with her too. She fell out, passed out of the shadows.
You're downstairs hunting for granola in the kitchen.
Yeah, you
Well, being
were.
pelted with little bits of granola.
Alright. I know why
Dismiss
we're
it.
You
here.
sense the disturbance of the granola when I turned one of the bars green upstairs. Sorry, blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
So what brings you to, Halfling Halls?
Hey, the Castamere.
So I don't buy coincidence.
That shit happened.
Do you rent it?
That shit has happened everywhere
No,
else.
we rent it
I'm
sometimes.
going to see if I can hit it off.
Where do we
fast.
sell it?
Hey,
I'm not
that's
sure. I think Badira steals coincidence.
Probably.
that's what the
Badira, do you steal
Mr.
coincidence?
Mayhem
steals granola.
over
I got a whole
here
bag full of it.
She steals granola.
Oh, that was
Excellent.
coincidence.
So that. Oh, granola, thank you.
Granola's in the mist.
Yes, this really is what the party has become.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I'm just waiting for the one chance that I get to see her for less than a second. I only need to see her for less than a second.
Ah, hell. Hide and perception.
It's nothing harmful. I just want to.
And give
Make sure that she is who you think she is.
No.
Although, Bill,
what
given
did
the
you
plan for the
I got a
Underdark,
15 on the roll.
Never mind.
you probably have Leia Sans armor in your lap.
Nope. Now I got a 21, and that's with rolling an 18.
You almost would have spotted me
Here, I thought I
before.
was Floyd.
Meanwhile, 30 minutes later,
It won't hurt. I promise.
but 30 minutes later, with all the conversation going on, is when you hear the slurred voice of the druid arguing with someone, and you see him being hauled away by the local conservatory.
Is he being arrested again?
We cannot take Marcus anywhere. Whose turn is it to go bail him out of jail?
I say we let him sit there overnight.
Yeah, we'll let him just do this.
I agree, because it's my turn.
Who knows what spleens lie in the sides of men? Badira knows.
Usually one per man. Though they could be have sex. That would be strange.
that would be strange.
Help me spleen.
Splenodosis.
Is it, that's if you can find it.
Hey, Lucy, you got some spleen in the door.
Next morning, hangovers 1. Only because you went out of your way to drink the wizard brute stuff. And he wouldn't share, because that's not his style. Badira had 1 sip. 1. That's the only reason you're not out.
I waited until he wasn't paying attention, and I have another appendage to steal the ball with, so.
You also
Sorry,
can
I'm
provide distraction.
Well, yes, especially if I'm sitting in his lap.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Marcus is released. With clothing they made him dress. He actually looks peeved.
He's wearing a dress.
Probably.
No, he actually, for once, actually looks like the usual idea of a druid. And after about 5 minutes out of town, yeah, it's gone.
They roped him.
They broke it.
What'd they rope him into this time?
Cotton ropes.
Yeah,
They may, in fact, have made him put on pants.
they did.
That's
That was
torture.
That was the force of his issue with them.
They were torturing him by making him put on
Because
pants.
he'll wear the robes occasionally when it's appropriate. He did when we were at the Macer Sully.
Yep.
Otherwise, he runs around in a banana hammock.
Get that.
We're not quite sure how he manages to avoid sunburn, but he does.
I think it's the blue. It
must be.
It must protect him.
Maybe that's a druid thing.
Possibly. With Demea, it's a...
His entire skin is a single melanoma.
And considering how many times he gets damaged, the blue could be easily construed as he is constantly bruised.
He could be for all we
Except
know.
now he's ice blue instead of a deep blue.
True.
And if he were, you know, like
He
if
fit
he
on
were
Jotunheim.
constantly bruised, though, he would eventually turn yellow because bruises all turn yellow eventually.
Then he'd be green.
He would.
So that's when they'd fall off, after the blue balls.
We figured it out.
So when everybody gets on him together, he's gangrene.
Exactly!
10 points to Ravenclaw. Gryffindor always gets points. Fuck them.
I had to set it
I
up
was
for
only
somebody.
moments too late, though. She managed to swallow first.
I really don't want to wear the Snapple thing.
We've got time.
I'm learning to time my drinks. You know,
Which needs you to alter the timing.
Wait, aren't you glad when she swallows first?
Yes. So either way, it was well timed.
And another 6-7 days of travel. And during the 5th day is when the distant, hazy, fog and cloud-shrouded mountains become these jagged basalt and granite peaks.
Oh, hey, those are nice.
And the trail goes from this nice, wide, compacted and lined with stone route. Very nice. New Caledon, very nice. Every single road paved with stones. I wonder how much effort they put into it.
Are they yellow brick?
Nope.
No.
They are.
then how are we gonna get to Oz?
We got a gold brick.
Light, 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 light. She gave me the idea. Every other stone that he passes is going to be light yellow now. It's a cantrip. I can keep casting it.
It won't last forever, though.
No, it won't.
But it'll be funny for a while.
Yes.
And because Badira, it's an 18
I
on
used
the
to be
roll.
able to do that, but I no longer.
Still no scenes. And it narrows down to...
My trade-off.
And the thing is, he doesn't even have to point to them or say anything. All he's doing is kind of stroking the amulet. They're just lighting up.
Ooh, pretty.
Yes, they are.
That's gonna how long does that last?
What?
Light. No, I think you're
And
asking
Malona's
seriously.
just looking like, how long does that last?
How long does what last? Suddenly one's blue.
That.
Why are you asking me?
I'm not gonna pursue this line of conversation.
That one's pink.
No, I'm not going to pursue this line of inquiry any further. It's gotten far too silly.
The problem is, on the one hand, she knows it has to be him because the only spellcaster in the party that would be able to do that sort of thing.
I can't anymore, but nobody knows I don't have this.
And Marcus probably can't.
It's not running on its own, so therefore there's no point in pursuing it.
Yeah, the conversation's come to a direct halt. And every so often, as you're walking along, you see goats. These are not normal
Was
goats.
he walking or
Well,
riding?
walking/riding, depending. Do you have a mount?
I believe I do.
He did. We made sure everyone had a mount before we went out on that particular.
The question is, did you keep it?
Yeah.
Because we know we had to get something more akin to a war horse for him.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, and everyone's running along, and she's running along. The goats. Now, in Goldheart, you've seen goats. They easily keep fields down, they control weeds.
Actually, we would have goats in.
Yours are a bit, less fuzzy than the ones in Goldheart's, go figure, more of a
Yeah.
desert. These are about twice the size of what you've seen, and they look and sound mean.
Hey, Marv. You hungry?
Head just turns.
Go for it. I'll dismount.
Oh, Marv
Hey Sam,
Yes.
can you move me, please?
flaps his wings,
Like a glance?
Yeah.
dives at one,
Did you actually take a look at the whole picture?
Yeah, go.
and then you see this,
Makes me glad.
the one goat that's launch itself off of the stone it was standing on and directly headbutt him. Poor dragon just almost stops in midair. Goat
Look at
lands.
him. You have a breath weapon. Don't be a twit.
It's circling for a moment. And then it collects itself. Launches the acid. Goat dodges. Eventually
Well, come on, impress me.
manages to hit, mostly because the goat put itself in a condition where it couldn't jump anywhere else. Now what is now a dead dire goat,
Dire goat.
bubbling, dizzy, you would not expect anything else to be able to eat it. Mar's quite happy.
Of course he is, because that's his digestive fluid.
Exactly. He's kind of got an external predigestion thing going on.
If he chooses to use it, yes. I
Oh.
don't have to let him hang around. I just...
4 or 5 other dire goats, they look over, and then they just back up.
Frank, that isn't your kind of meal, is it? Ah, didn't think so. Do you want to go have fun anyway? Okay. Scritch.
None of the other animals want his type
No.
of meal either.
No.
That's a Marv only.
Yeah. Cuddles was interested until he got one whiff of the acrid after smoke. It was the... You see the very quick one go, no. No, Marv finishes eating, he's back, mounts up, continues on. And finally, you actually see signs of civilization. 3 smaller outcroppings stuck on a mountain, about maybe a quarter of a mile down a winding path, carved directly out of the rock itself. Actually, rather impressive fortifications. There's actually steel banding around the key structural points, several arrow slits.
One would think they aren't friendly.
From what I've heard, this entire country isn't too friendly to them.
Well, you did see the goat.
And if you
Well, the goats don't seem to be friendly at all, but goats really are.
You've been spit at occasionally, and Frank has returned fire. That llama is incredibly accurate. One goat actually got in the eye and ended up tumbling down, and the last you heard was this.
Which, had Marv.
Quick! Quick! Get the goat!
Actually, no, Marv probably would have gone after that one. He
If you
wouldn't
let
have
him,
spit at it.
it's only about 80 feet down. Comes back up.
Milk! Cheese!
male or
And-
female goat.
The real question is anyone going to stabilize it because it is on its way out?
Meat.
I could, but I'm not wasting a spell on it.
He drops it. It breathes its last. Thud.
I've seen that one before. It's music.
So you gotta go here about
Drag.
3/4.
Drag.
It's about the size of a small cow.
It does my rap.
Drag.
Um,
Marcus.
Marv could brought that over here for you.
But that would have made sense, and when does Janet ever do anything that makes sense? About as often as I do things that make sense.
Pretty much. Besides, he was one who said, "Get the goat."
And Marv went and got the goat.
Oh.
And so-
oh, thank you, Mom.
Thud.
Because it was like 80
Carve, carve,
feet
carve.
down.
Carve. Marcus, help, please. You have the owlbear, we've got the goat now. It makes more sense anyway. Probably tastes
And
good.
it pulls out several very nice carving knives. One butcher's knife. Looks at you for a moment. You can handle this, Raz.
Okay.
That's
Where
where
are
it
we
takes
gonna
him.
keep all of this goat meat before it goes bad?
We're near it.
He made jerky out of owlbears.
Oh, that's
Kind of
true.
bad.
Which you ran out of in the dungeon, so
Right. So now we've got dire goat.
Goat jerky.
Tired goat jerky.
I'll slaughter the goat.
Well, it's already slaughtered, we just need to butcher it, really.
Yeah.
Butcher.
And then jerky it.
which will take a few days.
Yes.
I'll do that. I'll just.
Whatever jerks
Yeah,
your goat.
and of course Marcus is the expert at jerking goats.
Exactly. Why do you think I called on Marcus?
So does
We're
anyone?
gonna have to tell Kevin that we had him jerky goat.
Yeah.
I will pass that along.
Okay, I gotta see.
Marcus jerking the goat.
Oh my god.
The power of the internet.
So that one.
Goatsy.
So that one to Kevin was telling him that we had him jerk
How about
the
Goat D?
I just said I'm telling him that he's jerking a goat, and then go ahead and send him that picture because
Yeah, go ahead.
I might have to do that.
He might turn tomato at work.
yes, that's why I sent him the first one, and then now Em needs to send him the picture.
So there's a wonderful scene because you can actually see people at the gate, and there's more than a few who are occasionally just looking at you guys, trying to figure out what you're doing, and a few that actually do. They're just shaking their head. Because there's this group of weird this menagerie of people and creatures who are quite efficiently butchering and storing a goat. A dire goat, no less.
Yes.
So who's keeping the pelt and horns?
I'll keep the pelt.
And you
Hey,
are
Jack will take the horns.
yes, you are a collector of all things odd.
And you actually look at them, and they look vaguely minerally. Not the usual kind of horn.
Taking the goat by the horns.
horny.
Now he is mountain chic. Now, a couple of hours go by while this goes on. This is not something that occurs in a few minutes, from my understanding. And you get up to the gate. One dwarf, one human.
A human.
Better than an abomination. So, what brings you?
Frank.
Marv,
The road.
coming from the shadow.
The human looks down at his compatriot. Right, we got jokers here.
The shadow knows.
Who said that?
The shadow.
The shadow.
yes.
Right.
The shadows around us are very, very dark.
As for where we're coming from, we just came from the Bastion of Boring.
Where we spoke to the minister of Boring.
Where we spoke to the Minister of Mundane.
Oh, yes.
Although he prefers alchemage for some reason. I don't know why. What is there about Dane? Just flows off the tongue a bit
It
better.
does. It really, really does. I wonder if he's gotten over his
He was a
hangover yet.
drunkard.
I suppose it's better than a Rickard.
Rickard! That was a different game.
A rickshaw?
No, that's, I think, supposed to be a motor conveyance.
Perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, as for
Alright.
why we're here, I'm not entirely certain, but someone decided that we should come this way.
You do know where you're at, right?
Somewhere on... what is this place called? Stellos?
Yes.
Yes.
Castamere.
Yes, more specifically Casimir, yes.
And the dwarf starts looking at the tiefling and the barbarian figure. He's probably going to get a more coherent answer.
Oh, no, you're wrong.
Well,
From the barbarian.
yes.
From the tiefling? No.
But you don't know
We're in
any
front
better.
of the gate.
Okay, you want the
We're in front of the gate.
I'm not
do you,
right.
do you want the long version or the short version?
The short
We can
version,
make
you
it
don't pay
grow.
me enough for stories.
Okay,
Oh, but the long version is so much more amusing!
okay. Bad shit happened everywhere else. We came here to find it before it happened here.
Do you have any green
No.
cubes? Glowing green cubes. Making dead people come out of the ground.
Or,
we don't like those.
Remember, they also pulled the skeleton out of the one.
Oh yes, and I'm pulling the skeleton out of the person without flaying them first. Yes, that was rather disturbing.
So you've heard, okay, so you've heard that local legend, right? You hear?
It's not a legend.
It's actually happened elsewhere. We've actually made 2 of the cubes run away. Yes, the cubes ran.
They grew little legs, did they?
No, they just kind of floated into nothingness. But
Right.
Look, you.
It got up
and I'll
and
look
it
down
floated
from
away.
the
It
mount.
got up
With,
and it
yeah,
danced
the
away.
she's wearing the holy symbol outside of the armor. Look, you. I'm a paladin of Volandis, and I'm telling you, it is not a legend.
well, no, legends are possible. It is not, however,
Fictitious.
fictitious.
Yes, it is not fictitious.
It is not a fabrication. Though if it were, it might be silk.
I
Right.
feel better if it was a fabrication, to be honest with you.
I have this weird.
If you want to talk to the local militia
something.
about it, fine.
Polly
You seem odd, but not any more dangerous
Why
than
would we
usual.
want multiple Esters?
Raps on the door 3
That's
times.
clothing.
You hear gears
You're gonna wear Esther's
turning,
clothing?
chains lifting,
We're Esther.
door lifts up. Welcome to Sendai. And that door opens, and you what was once like a faint murmuring.
Thanks, Buffalo Bill.
Everyone here has been to like a bazaar or a very loud street, yard sale, shit like that. Magnify that, make it in multiple languages, and throw in street food smells.
Oh, how
That
lovely.
smells delectable.
We should probably. Oh, wait, who's carrying the bag with the pile?
Which resulted in
I think that she is, unless you replaced it with granola.
Or no, was Badira carrying that? Badira, were you carrying the bag with the tile?
As the hand holding the bag just pops out of a shadow.
Ah, yes, thank you, dear.
And as the door closes, it's just the. And I thought the war produced weird things.
Oi!
I
Clonk.
know, but I like the way, the movie goes bird
War
going away.
produced weird things, and as there's a half-hour riding her llama that goes through as well.
Well, they could. She's wearing full armor. You can't tell in the full armor whether or not the horns are part of the armor or actually
Right.
attached to her head.
Yeah.
You have a
Right.
tail. That's not armor.
It's wrapped around my waist under the armor. That way it doesn't get pitched.
That would hurt.
It would be uncomfortable.
It would really hurt because of how the tiefling's tail is made. That would be.
And it's also incredibly sensitive.
Then she probably would have something along the lines of armor on it.
She'd
But she
have
also
to.
wears a cloak.
Cloak would cover it up, but it would still be kind of there.
Yes.
It depends if they're looking too closely. At this point, there is so much weirdness going on, including the dwarf that looks like she's a member. She looks like the center for one of the families around here, but they're not entirely certain any one of them has produced one quite so obsessed with granola. And she is quite patiently, with determination mixing from little saddlebags to find the perfect mix.
Like get caught on that one.
What is it?
17 to snag another granola bar out of her bag.
Hey, you roll 2. You've been trying to keep an eye out for her.
Perception.
Okay.
Yeah, let's sleight of hand.
23.
Oh, she got me.
You called us both. And Janet says there too.
I smacked the
I rolled
crap out of
24 to
both of
see.
you.
So you see this slim black hand being smacked by the dwarf.
Stop it!
So I see her.
You at least see her arm.
Stop it!
Well, what
And-
did you roll?
17 you rolled. But that was not a hide, that was
The
like
hide that I rolled earlier was a 29.
I'd still beat it.
Yeah.
Because I rolled a nat 20. That's the only way I can roll a 24.
Yeah.
So I
So
would add 10 to that.
you have finally actually seen
Then
Badira.
I am going to cast Prestidigitation and tie her shoes together.
Suddenly he glows brilliantly.
No, you just hear me kind of hum. You just hear me hum because it's a bard thing. You just kind of hear me hum and.
And now you're too late to catch
Fire it up.
Oh, he blows. Okay, the beer falls over and he roars down the way.
And my cane just goes. I'm fabulous.
That's my line.
You're both
No,
flaming.
you're more than fabulous. You have better hat.
Oh, that is true. You don't have the hat. No hat for you.
And there's the sound of a couple coins hitting the ground from people walking by. They're assuming it's a street show at this point.
That's
We
when
might as well be.
that's when I will take my helm off.
Wait, we are?
Now I will take my helm off.
More than a few people
to
turned
collect
back.
coins in it, right?
I will take the helm off and flip it over.
Tink, tink. And then you hear from the back, oh, we're doing a show now, aren't we? And Marcus starts climbing up back of the bear, and you hear the sound of the clothing rustling.
He dropped the banana hammock. A show.
Oh dear, we don't know him.
Marcus, I'm sorry, but I don't know anybody that would want to see blood dick.
Well, how about the Corcopus?
We do have a cork.
Yeah.
That's true.